Hello everyone, this is the Aptitude Guide and this is part 2 of the lesson video of coding and decoding. Now in the part 1, if you haven't watched that video, I'll put it up in the I button over here. You can check that out. In the first part of coding and decoding, we learned if one word is coded as some word, how to figure out what the key is and how to answer that question. In part 2, we'll be dealing with some special type of questions. Alright. So without any further ado, let's begin. Now in these type of questions, what we'll do is we will be dealing with artificial language. Now what do you mean by artificial language? If this word means this word means this, and this word means this, then which word would mean guess true? That is the type of question. Now why is it called artificial language? It's called artificial language because we have absolutely no idea what these words mean. It's nothing. It's not even Greek and Latin. It makes no sense to us. So if at all it makes no sense to us, how do we figure out which part of the word means which part of this word in English language? That is the thing. Now, before you try to solve these type of questions, please understand one thing. I will tell you guys one sentence and you need to definitely remember for all these types of questions. That sentence is this. Do not assume that the words and the codes are in the same order. What does that mean? Let's try to understand. Do not assume that the words are the English words. Okay, and the codes are these artificial language codes are in the same order. We are not supposed to assume that they are in the same order. For example, just because basketball is the first half of this phrase and PESL is the first half of this phrase does not guarantee that this is the code for basketball. Similarly, just because LIGEN is the second half of this phrase and quote is the second half of this phrase does not guarantee that this is the code for quote. Okay, it may be the code, but we are not supposed to assume it. Do not assume that, because sometimes, very few times, they will be in the same order, but most of the times they will not be in the same order, because this is another artificial language and we have absolutely no idea about the grammatical rules of that language. Like a very simple example could be, my name is XYZ. My name is XYZ. Now if at all you convert this into your mother tongue, whatever your mother tongue would be, I can guarantee that every single word will not be in the same order. It will not be. Some words will be in the same order, some words will not be in the same order. You can try it out yourself. It will not be. So here also we can't assume that they will be in the same order. Okay, now keeping this precaution in mind, pause the video and then try to solve this question, and then of course unpause it. We'll discuss this question together. Alright, let's try to solve this question now. So if at all we cannot assume that the words are in the same order, how do we figure out which word means which word? In order to figure that out, what we have to do is we have to compare everything and see what turns out to be common. For example, basketball court, court, room. What is common? Court is common. Now, PESL, LIGEN, LIGEN, STRISI. What is common in these two? Of course, LIGEN is common. So LIGEN is common and court is common. That of course means LIGEN is the code for court. That is how we figure out the codes. Okay. Now what do we do? Nothing else is common. So whatever is left out, we match those. Here PESL is left out and here basketball is left out. So PESL is the code for basketball. And in the second one, STRISI is left out, and over here room is left out. Okay, so STRISI is the code for room. Done. Now we have OLTA GANTI means placement test. Now some of you might be wondering, dude, this and this are in the same order, this and this is in the same order, so everything is in the same order over here. So what's the big deal about this thing? Why shouldn't we assume? That is because you got lucky over here. There is no guarantee that this means this and this means this. There is no guarantee. We have absolutely no idea. Just because these words turned out to be in the same order does not guarantee that this also will. And you will have plenty of questions where nothing will be in the same order. So please don't assume that they will be in the same order ever. They may be in the same order, but you're not supposed to assume it. Alright, now let's start with the question. Which word could mean guest room? Do we know the code for guest? Absolutely not. Do we know the code for room? Yes, the code for room is STRISI. Now have a quick look at the options and tell me which one is definitely wrong. Yes, obviously it will be option C, which is definitely wrong. Why? Because room definitely has STRISI. Option A has STRISI, option B has STRISI, option D also has STRISI, but option C does not have it. So option C does not even have room. So it cannot mean guest room in any way. So option C definitely eliminated. Now, let's check out option A. Option A starts with PESL. We are left out with guest. Room is already set. We are left out with guest. Option A starts with PESL. PESL is the code for basketball. So obviously it cannot mean guest. So option A is wrong. Now option D starts with OLTA. And OLTA is over here. That can either mean placement or it can mean test. But can it mean guest? Absolutely not. It can either mean placement or test but not guest. So option D also is definitely wrong. The only thing left out is option B. That is the correct answer. Done. Now a lot of people ask me, how are we 100% sure that VOSEF is the code for guest? How are we 100% sure about it? The thing is, we are not. We are not sure about it. Nobody is sure about it. Even the question is not sure about it. Read the question and see what it means. The question says, which word could mean guest room? That means the question itself is telling you which one is the possibility. Option A, option C and option D are definitely impossible. We proved it. Option B is the only one which is not impossible. That means it's the only one which has some kind of possibility. And that is what the question is asking. So option B is the correct answer. If at all the question had asked which word will definitely mean guest room, then it is cannot be determined. We have absolutely no idea. But this one is a possibility. That's it. Okay. If you still have some qualms about this question, definitely drop them in the comment section. I will try to answer it over there. Alright. So definitely remember this part. Do not assume that the words and the codes are in the same order. Alright. Let's move on to the next question. Again, pause the video, try to solve it, and then we'll come back. Alright, let's do this. So again, of course, the same rule applies over here. If at all you got the answer as option C, then you did not read this rule at all. Okay, because the people who get option C, what they do is, which word in that language means sweet? That is the question. They see the word sweet over here. They see the word Lee over here. This is the third word. This is the third word. So they assume that that will be the correct answer. No, as if the rest of the question is absolutely useless. Please don't do that. So again, let's compare and see what is common. Alright, we have TCP, C key Lee. What is common over here? C is common. Now we have drink fruit juice, juice is sweet. What is common over here? Juice is common. So that means C is the code for juice. Alright, now let's compare these two statements. C is already done, we are left with key and Lee. Do we have anything over here? Yes, we have Lee. So Lee is common in these two. Now we have juice is sweet, he is intelligent. Is common. So Lee is the code for is. Now we don't care about these words, of course. The question is asking us for the word sweet. Now sweet is over here, that's the only thing left out. And in C key Lee, key is the only one left out. So sweet is left out, key is left out. That means key is the code for sweet. And that is why the correct answer is option B, not option C. Alright, like I said, in the previous question you might have gotten excited because they were in the same order, but in this question they are not in the same order. Okay, you see Lee over here, Lee is the last letter here, Lee is the first letter here, but is the second letter in both of them, so obviously they are not in the same order. Okay, I hope that convinces you now. If it does not, then again drop them in the comment section. Let's move on to the next question. Alright, in order to solve this question, you have to use Bodmas. I hope you remember what Bodmas is. So try to solve this question, pause the video. Alright, let's do this. So the question is this. Now, 9 minus means multiplication. Alright, multiplication by 7. Plus means minus. So we have minus 85. Now multiplication means division by 17, and division means plus, so plus 15. Now according to the rule of Bodmas, multiplication and division should happen first. So let's do that. 9 into 7 we have 63, minus is minus. 85 by 17 we have 5, then we have plus 15. So when you solve this, you will get 63 minus 5 plus 15 is of course plus 10. So the answer is 73. The answer is option A. Now a lot of times, sometimes people make a mistake over here in Bodmas and then they get the answer as option C. If at all you got the answer as option C, then please listen carefully. If you got the answer as option C, then the mistake that you have made is this. You thought that in Bodmas we have A before S. So you thought addition comes before subtraction. So what you did was you did 5 plus 15 first. And then you got 63 minus 5 plus 15, that is 20. So 63 minus 20 is 43. This is horribly wrong. Why so? Because if you want to add first, definitely add first. But you can't add 5 without the minus. This minus is a part of 5. This is not just 5. This is minus 5 plus 15. You cannot assume that this is 5 plus 15. Alright? This is minus 5 plus 15. Minus 5 plus 15 is plus 10. Then 63 plus 10 is 73. That is how it should be done. 43 would have been the correct answer if there were brackets over here. Then according to the B of Bodmas, first we would have to solve the brackets. 5 plus 15 is 20. Then 63 minus 20 would be 43. But since there are no brackets, of course the answer is not 43. The answer is option A, that is 73. Any doubts over here? Please definitely ask me. Alright, if you don't have any doubts, let's move on to the next question. Don't get scared looking at the size of this question. It has the same rule again. Do not assume that the words and the codes are in the same order. Now, pause this video or take a screenshot of this question. Take a good amount of time. This question has 5 sub questions, so it deserves at least 5 minutes of your time. Take 10 minutes, try to solve this, see what the answers are, note down the answers, and then come back. I will tell you a brilliant way to solve this question, using which you can solve this question in under 4 minutes perhaps. Alright, see you soon. Alright, let's solve this question now. So first of all, I'll tell you my system to solve this question. Now some of you, what you might have done is, you did not care about this first. What you would have done is, you would have read the questions first, and then you would have tried to figure out the code of each and every word, and then you would have tried to figure out the answer. Now hopefully you timed yourself to do that. Maybe you took around 6 to 7 minutes to do that. If you took less than 5 minutes, that is amazing. But I will tell you a system that I use in order to solve this question, all the 5 questions in under 4 minutes. Okay, so the system that I use is this. First of all, I will write down all the unique words which are given over here. So we have he was singing good, then good was the aim, so good is already there, was is already there, the aim, and then all these words. So all the unique words are listed down right here. Okay, done. Now what I'll do is, I will figure out the code of all these words, and then I will solve the question. Now many people think that figuring out the code of all these words is absolutely useless and a waste of time. But it's not. Because once you have all the codes, you will be 100% sure about your answers over here. And once you have all the codes, to get each and every answer over here, you'll hardly take 5 seconds per question. That's it. You don't have to figure out anything after that. So it deserves that much time. Now, what is the method that I use to compare these statements in order to get all these codes? Listen to me very carefully. So the first thing I do is, I compare the first statement with everything below it. So the first statement I compare with the second one, then again first with the third one, then again first with the fourth one. So 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4. After I'm done with that, I will not go back to 1 at all. I will not touch 1 at all. Then what I'll do is 2, 3, 2, 4. And then what I'll do is 3, 4. So we have the first one with everything below it, 2, 3, 4. Then the second one with everything below it, that is 3, 4. And then the third one with the fourth one. Basically always go down, never go up. Do not go up, always go down. This way we have 6 unique comparisons and we are not repeating anything. Okay, this way we will save our time and get all the codes. So let's do that. Alright, so if at all you have your phone nearby, you can switch on your stopwatch and then you can time me. How much time did that take? Alright, I will also do the same thing. Let's see. So 3, 2, 1, begin. So the first thing we do is 1 and 2. He was singing good, good was the aim. Alright, let's see which two words are common. Good is common and was is common. Over here what is common? We have la here, la is over here. Pa, not here. Ho is here. So was and good, we have ho or la, or the exact opposite, la and ho. Done. Now we do 1 and 3. He was singing good, singing at the stadium. Singing is common. Now pa and ta are remaining. Do we have pa here? No. Do we have ta here? Yes. So singing is definitely ta. Now in the first one, was singing and good is done. He is the only one left out. And here pa is the only one left out. So he is definitely pa. Now we do 1 and 4. He was singing good. Was this a stadium? Of course, was is common. We know that was is either ho or la. Do we have any of those here? Yes, we have ho. So was is definitely ho, good is definitely la. Everything done with the first one, no need to touch that again. Now directly go to 2 and 3. Good was the aim, singing at the stadium. The is common. Zo and G, which one is common? G is common. So the is definitely G. And in the second one, aim is the only one left out. And zo is the only one left out. So aim is definitely zo. Now we have all the codes of the second one. So the best part is we don't have to do 2 and 4 at all. So we can directly jump to 3 and 4. Singing at the stadium. Was this a stadium? Stadium is common over here. And ma and ku. Which one is there? Ku is there. So stadium is definitely ku. And then we have at here which is remaining. Ma here which is remaining. So at is definitely ma. And then we have this and a, B and V. So we have B, V or V, B. We have all the codes, and according to the stopwatch, we spent 2.5 minutes. That's it. 2.5 minutes to get all the codes. Now this I was doing while I was talking to you guys. If at all you do it with absolutely 100% concentration without any disturbance, I'm 100% sure you can get all these codes in under 2 minutes. Okay, so we wrote down all the unique words over here. That took around half a minute, I would say. And to get all the codes, we took 2.5 minutes. So totally, we have spent 3 minutes on this question, but we don't have a single answer. But now that we have all the codes, we'll get all the answers in 5 seconds each. 5 questions, 5 seconds each, so totally 25 seconds. Let's round it off to 30 seconds. So 3 minutes plus 30 seconds, 3.5 minutes, we are done with 5 questions. Isn't that good timing? That is great timing. That is amazing. Every time in Aptitude you take less than 1 minute to solve a question on an average. That is amazing. Alright, so let's solve the questions. Question number 1. Which of the following represents the AIM Stadium? The AIM Stadium. G, Zo, Ku. In any order. The order does not matter. So we have Ku, Ji, Zo. The first answer is option B. Some people answer it as option D because they see G and Zo, they mark G and Zo, they forget about Ma over here. You have to get all the codes to get this correct. What is the code for at? At is definitely Ma, so the answer is option B. Which of the following may be the code for she was singing? Why maybe? Because we do not know the code for she. We know the codes for was and singing. Alright, was and singing. We have ho and we have ta. Now the problem here is option A and option C. Both of them have ho and ta. So which one is wrong? Option A has ma, and ma is already the code for at. So can it be the code for she? Absolutely not. So of course option A is wrong, option C is correct. Now which of the following may be the code for he good singing? Alright, he good singing. Pa, la, ta in any order. And we have the same order over here, option C. Done. What is the code for aim? Aim is Zo. Answer is option A. So we have B, B, C, C, A. These are the answers. If you got all these correct, amazing. But the next question, please try to do it with the method that I just taught you. Basically, write down all the unique words and then use the method that I taught you. First one with everything below it, then second one with everything below it, then third one with everything below it. See if you take less time to solve it. If you have any doubts in question number 4, definitely drop them in the chat box, in the comment section. Let's move on to the next question, which is of the same type. See, same type of question. Pause the video, solve it using the same strategy, and then come back and let's discuss the solution. Alright, let's do it. So first, as always, write down all the unique words over here. Now, again, the comparison. 1 2, 1 3, 1 4, and then 2 3, 2 4, and then 3 4. Let's begin. First we'll do 1 and 2. Always go with ideas and with approach. Alright, ideas is common, with is common. In the coded version, ba, not there. Re, yes, re is there. Dib is not there. G is there. So with and ideas, we have re, gi, or gi, re. These are the codes. Alright. Now let's do 1 and 3. Always go with ideas, go, approach, and insights. Alright. So we have go common and nothing else. So over here we have ba and dib. We have ba over here. So go is definitely ba. Now we have always over here remaining, and we have dib remaining. So always is definitely dib. Now we go 1 and 4. Always go with ideas, with and better mind. With is common. With was re or g. Which one do we have here? Re is there. So of course with is re and ideas is g. Done with the first one. Don't look at the first one again. Second and third. Ideas and with approach. Go, approach, and insights. Approach is common and is also common. Again, two things are common. Alright. So we have ta common and ma also common. And in approach, we have ta, ma, or ma, ta. Both are possible. Alright. Now we have what remaining over here? With and everything done. Now we compare 2 and 4. Ideas and with approach, with and better mind. So with is already done, with is re, so gone. And is also there. Now and can either be ta or ma. What do we have here? We have ta over here. So and is definitely ta, approach is definitely ma. Okay. Now insights is the only thing left out over here, and jo is the only thing left out. So insight is definitely jo. And better mind, ki, to. So we have ki, to, or to, ki. What was go over here? Yeah, go was also there, right? Go we had, oh yeah, go and go. We had it common. But what was left out over here? We have ma done. We have jo also done. Ba, oh yeah, go is already done. I have written it twice over here. Apologies, we don't need this. Alright, so these are all the codes. Now we just need to mark the answers. Let's do that. What is the code for ideas? Ideas is G. So the answer is option A. Ta, lo, ba could be a code for which of the following? Ta is over here, and ta, lo we don't have, ba is go. So we need go and. Which one has go and? Go and, go and, go and. Only option C has go and. So this is the correct answer. What does ta stand for? Ta stands for and. So answer is option C. Okay. Which of the following may represent insights always better? Insights always better. Alright. Jo, dib. We definitely need jo and dib. We have jo, dib here, and we have jo, dib here. Now this one has to, this one has re. Re is the code for with. But there is no with over here. So option C is wrong. To, yes, maybe. Because they have told insights always better. Better, to could be the code for better. Yes. That is why maybe. Answer is option B. What is the code for with? With is re. Answer is option B. So the answers are A, C, C, B, B. If you got it all right, congratulations. Hopefully you did it by my method and then you got the answer, but a little quicker. If you did not and if you still have some doubts, definitely drop them in the comments. Let's move on to the next question. This question is extremely simple. Pause it and try to solve it, then I'll tell you a beautiful trick to solve it. Alright, let's do this. In a certain code, if each letter in the English alphabet with an odd numbered value is given a code of 2. Odd numbered value in the sense we have A, B, C, D, right? So over here, what are the values of these? A is the first one, B is the second one, C is the third one, D is the fourth one. So odd numbers are given the code of 2 and remaining letters given the code of 1. So B is 2, so that will be 1, D is 4, that will be 1, and so on. So 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 like that. Now they have asked what is the code for the word salvation. What is the word of the code salvation? Code of the word salvation. Now which is the easiest letter to figure out? Obviously A is the easiest letter to figure out. And the code for A is 2. We already know that. So the second letter and the fifth letter, the second digit and the fifth digit need to be 2. Let's see if we have that in all the options. So in option A, second one is 1, wrong. In option B also second one is 1, wrong. Option C, second one is 2. Option D also second one is 2. Okay, safe. Now let's see the fifth digit. Option C has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is 1. Wrong. Option D, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is 2. That is the correct answer. You see, you did not have to figure out the entire word. You just had to figure out A's. And that's it. You have the answer. Let's move on to the next question. And yeah, if you have any doubts in this one, definitely drop them in the comments. Again, a very simple question. In a certain code, if cricket is coded as this and rocket is coded as this, kettle is coded as this, then how is little coded as? Pause the video, try to solve it. Alright, let's do it now. The simplest way to do it, we have to ultimately figure out what is the code for little. Now, which word has the most common letters with little? Of course, kettle. We have TTLE and TTLE over here also. So kettle ends with 4406. Little also needs to end with 4406. Let's see which of the options has that. If at all there are two options, well and good. At least a few options will get eliminated. Let's check it out. 4406. We have 4060. So of course option A is the wrong answer. Now this one is 4406, may be correct. This one is 0446. This one is also wrong. 0446 again wrong. So the only option which has 4406 is option B. So that is the correct answer. That's it. We didn't even need to care about cricket or rocket and all that. You can figure out every single letter and every single digit, but the point is that you don't need to do that. That is the whole point of having options, so that you can eliminate the wrong options and get to the correct answer quicker. Alright, if you have any doubts in this, definitely comment down below. And this marks the end of part 2 of coding and decoding. And with that, we are done with coding and decoding. Now again, as I did in the previous video, this video also has 2 extra questions. Definitely solve them at your own time and then comment down your answers. And of course, always remember, do not assume that the words and the codes are in the same order. Do not assume that they are in the same order. They may be in the same order, but you are not supposed to assume it. Alright, with that in mind, solve them and drop your answers in the comment section. Alright everyone, thank you so much. Subscribe if you like the video. And I'll see you in the next video with some other topic. If you haven't seen the first part of coding and decoding, definitely check that out over here. And if you want to go to the next video, check that out over here. And if you want to check out more videos about placement related stuff on my channel, definitely check out my channel. Thank you.